Hey guys, it's Jordan from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com here with a take that's maybe a touch late, but we still wanted to get my final word in on the Bobby Petrino scandal at the University of Arkansas. I've had this on my mind for a long time. I wanted to say something about it, but I wanted to let the whole thing play out just to kind of see what would happen before I made a post about it. Obviously, as we all know, especially us Atlanta Falcons fans, Bobby Petrino is a snake. He's a liar. He's lied everywhere he's ever been. He's lied to his friends. He's gone behind his friends' back. If you go back to taking the midnight plane to Auburn, when Tommy Tuberville still had the Auburn job, he hops on Bobby Louder's plane, goes down and secretly interviews for the job. Then he leaves Louisville and goes to the Falcons, and then lies to the Atlanta Falcons. Doesn't even have the guts to stand in front of his players and tell them he's leaving. He writes a letter. Didn't even want to meet with his coaches, just wanted to sneak out the door at midnight, a la the Baltimore Colts, and just bolt for the University of Arkansas. So, the Razorbacks really shouldn't be surprised at what happened with Bobby Petrino. I liken this situation similar to what Jim Herrick was when the University of Georgia. Obviously, my Dogs hired Jim Herrick. I loved Jim Herrick as a basketball coach, but at some point, given his track record, we had to know that something was going to go down. Obviously, if you have a track record of being dishonest for that long, the leopard doesn't change his spots, so to speak. The real losers in the whole situation are obviously going to be his wife and his kids. He obviously is going to lose a lot of money and everything, but that's all, secondary to the fact that he's got, a family to go back and try to mend and try to repair. If they want that, they obviously didn't ask for that. They didn't deserve that, but as a consequence of his selfish actions, he has destroyed his family. I think the real winner in this situation is actually athletic director Jeff Long. He looked excellent on television explaining why he had to fire Petrino. I don't think he wanted to, but I think just as evidence mounted, and Petrino continued to lie. And then he continued to catch him in these lies. He had no choice but to fire Petrino. I think if anyone came out of this looking like they had an ounce of integrity, it certainly was Jeff Long. So along with the Arkansas athletic department. Obviously the school will probably, and the athletic funding will take a hit from this probably at some point. But all in all, I think the administration did the right thing, and I think they did what they had to do. Just because of the actions of Petrino. I really believe that, in the long run, seeing how this ended up with John L. Smith getting the head coaching job, that he's also going to be a winner in this situation. He steps into a ready-made situation, a situation ready to win. Arkansas, I think, with Petrino this year, could have pushed for the West title. Maybe, obviously if you win the West, win the SEC championship game, the way it is these days, if you win the SEC, you play for the national championship. The conference is just that good. Obviously if they were in the East, then, he could walk into a situation on a 10-month contract and play for a national championship. I don't think that's going to happen, but, Arkansas easily could be a 10-2, 9-3 club. You look at John L. Smith, gets fired from Michigan State, coaching at Weber State. Here he gets a chance to really rebuild his resume. Steps in a tough situation. If he comes out and they have a great year and win big, then he's looking at catapulting that into, if not another high major job, at least a job, in the Division I level, probably in a BCS conference if one of those opens up. Again, all in all, everybody knows the circumstances. I'm not going to rehash that with you. But I think Petrino is probably, in terms of his career, he's got to be close to done. Kind of like Jim Tressel. Even Tressel, some people still trusted him. The Colts did to hire him as a video replay guy. With the way Petrino handled the situation with the Falcons, he may even be blacklisted from the NFL. I think his ceiling there would be to be as a position coach. But, in the long run, we may have seen the last of Bobby Petrino as a football coach. And that's a really sad story because he is one of the great play callers of our generation. I don't think anybody handles and develops an offense, especially at the college level, as well as Bobby Petrino does. So it's just a shame that he had to go out this way. But again, it was his own doing, his own mistakes, his own his own selfishness and his own lies. So again, just wanted to comment on the Petrino situation. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. If you do, good. Comment on it, let me know. If you don't, hey, whatever, good for you too. Drop me some comments, and I would love to have a discussion about this if you'd like. So again, guys, don't buy the hype.blogspot.com. Stop by tonight. We're also having an NFL draft live chat throughout the weekend, so stop by and come and see us. Don't buy the hype.